We've been talking, or rather, we haven't been talking. We've been observing in the news and waiting for it to come to some kind of resolution. The hostage situation involving a 5-year-old known only as Ethan, who was taken off of a school bus after Jimmy Lee Dykes, the kidnapper, went onto a school bus, said he wanted 2 kids between ages 6 and 8. The bus driver, who is being considered a hero now, tried to put himself between the kidnapper, then would-be kidnapper, and the children. He was shot and shot dead. And eventually a 5-year-old was taken hostage by Jimmy Lee Dykes. We had a pretty long hostage situation involving communication via authorities and the kidnapper and the bringing of food, including Cheez-Its and some toys to Ethan. And finally, we had yesterday reports of first an explosion and then reports that the individual, the kidnapper, Jimmy Lee Dykes, had been killed, and that physically unharmed is the report we got about the 5-year-old. What an unbelievable incident. And now we're starting to get some of the, commentary from some of the neighbors about this individual. And a lot of people neighbors saying they were leery of Dykes before he became a hostage taker. He once allegedly beat a dog to death with a lead pipe, that he warned kids that they would be shot if they crossed into his land, that he guarded his property with a flashlight and a gun. So we don't yet know, did he have that gun legally? Did he not? How did he obtain it? We don't know any of those things. Certainly, I'm sure we'll find out more about that. Also considered a loner who allegedly lost contact with an adult daughter years ago, according to people that lived near him, and that the sounds of conservative talk radio filled his home and fed his anti-government attitudes. I'm bored and completely unmoved by the combination of descriptions that we're hearing. It's the typical thing, right? Every aspect of this.
If you didn't hear anything about this guy and you had to guess exactly what he was like, what he watched, what he listened to, how he interacted with people, wouldn't this be to a T what you'd guess?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Generally the stereotype, for better or for worse, for accurate or not, is anti-government, listens to conservative talk radio, paranoid to the point that he is constantly making threats and using guns when there don't appear to be any actual threats to his safety. It fits that persona perfectly, Natan, does it not?
Yeah, I guess, although I don't think any of those things has anything to do with kidnapping children and holding them hostage.
Absolutely not. No question about it. But it does fit the paradigm of what we're seeing with, I forget his name, the guy who was kind of influenced by Glenn Beck to try to shoot up the Tides Foundation, and so many of these other guys. It really fits this mold, which we see time and time again.
Seems to be the violent person stereotype.
I would ask Wayne LaPierre from the NRA, she talks about being grateful that people have guns in so many of these situations. Who should we be grateful to in this case? Who should we be grateful for in this case? The anti-government doomsday prepper, essentially, with the bunker mentality, the gun hugger, or the federal and state law enforcement officials who saved the innocent child and had a much more difficult time doing that because of the firearms that this individual had? Right. I would ask Wayne LaPierre.
I would, and I'm sure he'll have some crappy answer for you that just further enforces his idea that people need to own guns.